Let's take our internal polygon tool once more, and now we'll be applying some changes to the waistband. We are going to create horizontal lines across the whole waistband. So want to get to the end, double click, and another line like that somewhere around here to the very end and double click. I am going to take my edit pattern tool and just select both of these internal lines, Ctrl C and Ctrl V, and I am going to position them to the back side as well. Alright, now we are going to do the same technique we used for the pockets, and that is create another layer clone. So basically we are just going to making another pattern that's going to be shown on top of this. So select the pattern that you have, right click and go to layer clone over. Now I need to organize this better and select the patterns and position them little lower. Okay, again select the waistband, right click and choose layer clone over and position the layer clone right next to the waistband. And let's do the same for the back side. So select the back waistband, right click, again select layer clone over and let's position it here, and let's try to simulate that. As you can see, we have got some interesting effects right here. Let's also try to enable elastic. We spoke about that in the previous clip. So let's go ahead and take our edit pattern tool and select the lines anyway. Select all the lines and on elasticity. Okay, as you can see, it's pulling a bit too hard, and we can adjust that with the strength and also with the ratio. If you make it bigger, then the elastic won't pull so hard. Now we will also be taking a look at the steam tool that can be found right here at the 2D window. Now what the steam tool basically does, we can either make certain areas looser or tighter, and it basically very similar to the shrinkage weft and warp settings. But when we use those settings, it usually applies to all the parameters. But in steam brush tool only affect the areas where we click on it. The radius is color blue, and if I click on the patterns, so if I set the shrinkage to 3, and as you can see, the radius is now orange or red, you can say. And if I click on the patterns, you can see the pattern is getting tighter and it putting a part of the fabric more and more. And if I want to go to the other way around, I need to push this shrinkage 0 or -7. And as you can see, the circle is around the seam brush are now blue. And once I apply this, you can see that I basically illuminating the effect that I had before with the red color, and I am able to apply the wrinkles that I want. Now this is a very powerful, because before this was introduced into MD, we had to manipulate the patterns and their fabrics and so on so long that we would get wrinkles we want to. But now we don't even have to worry about that. We just need to click basically on the areas that we want to wrinkles. We just need to click basically on the areas that we want a wrinkle to be without manipulating the pattern. So if I want to create some wrinkles around here, so under her bottom, I can simply just go and click on these areas to get this effect, and this is all without even changing the patterns. So right now I am getting lot more realistic effect. And you can also have your settings for the size here. So you can change the radius of the circles and of course also the hardness. With that said, we can take a look at the another interesting tool available in AMD, that is called the splits fold tool, which we will do in the next clip.